Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kaylin. I am a third-year PhD student in History and African American Studies at Yale, and today we are doing a little back-to-school reset because it has been a crazy summer and I have about a week before I begin teaching my first class as a teaching fellow here at Yale, and year 3 of this PhD will have no shortage of surprises and challenges, and so getting organized is absolutely a requirement before we head into the semester. This summer, I did a bunch of travel. I went to California, I went to Belgium with my friend Alex, went to London to do research for my dissertation, and now I'm back in New Haven and I'm doing some preparations in order to get ready for the upcoming semester, but it's been a bit chaotic. I have been so stressed just trying to get everything sorted, and in addition to being a PhD student, I also have 3 different businesses. I have Accepted Consulting, Accepted Society, as well as my social media presence and personal endeavors, including other projects that I've been working on. I have a lot of things that I need to time block and sort out, and today is the day that we are going to get our lives in order. With that being said, there's a few different topics that I wanted to cover in today's video. First, we're gonna talk a little bit about delegating. I need to delegate a couple of different tasks and things to my team. I have 13 people that work with me at Accepted, public speaking engagements and whatnot, and so I need to send out some emails in order to get everybody on the same page so I can get it out of my brain and into my email and off to my team. And secondly, we're gonna update my Notion page. This is something that I do every semester and even every couple of months in order to clear my mind and have a clear visual of all the different things that are going on in my life. Third thing that we're gonna cover is a capsule wardrobe. So one thing that I really wanted to focus on this year is reducing the amount of shopping that I'm doing. I am trying to do a no spend fall, and that includes looking at the pieces in my closet and making the most of them. That section of the video is partnered with Vivaya, which is the sponsor of today's video. They're a sustainable shoe wear company, and they sent me a couple different pairs of shoes to pair with my various outfits for my capsule wardrobe, so I'm excited to share those with you in a little bit. Then we're gonna do some prep for the course that I'm gonna be teaching, as well as the course that I'll be taking on my prospectus. I have a couple different hoops that I need to jump through this year as a PhD student, which include my oral comprehensive exams, my prospectus colloquium, my prospectus defense, as well as teaching for the first time and applying to fellowships. So there's a lot of things I want to get sorted, and I really want to go over prepping for the class and how it is that I'm going and preparing, especially with the readings, and how it is that I'm approaching it. And then lastly, we're going to talk a little bit about mindset and expectations. I, at the beginning of every semester, write myself a letter to future me in 3 or 4 months that I can look back on to reflect. And so I wanted to add that in today's video because I think it's a really cool exercise to do, to think about what you would really like to have happen during that semester, as well as to reflect on where you are at the moment, so that way you can let your future self know. Without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. And to begin, we're gonna go ahead and talk a little bit about delegating tasks and how it is that I'm managing that. One of the first major things that I have on my to-do list is to send out emails to the consulting team at Accepted Consulting in order to touch base, as well as to get prepared for the incoming influx of client documents. We are heading into the peak season of admissions. Between August and December is when we get the most clients and when things tend to get a little bit more chaotic. And so what we're gonna do now is actually go into my email and just send out a couple of messages. Yesterday, I sent out an email to the administrative and marketing teams, and I also need to get in touch with my PR manager in order to discuss speaking engagements that are coming up. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up my email and get started. I just finished drafting the email to the general team, and in the email I was going over things like general statistics. This is where I'll go to Squarespace, where we host our website, and look at the various analytics and looking specifically for which traffic sources are leading the most people to our website. Our overall traffic has gone up. However, what I have noticed is that as I have been less consistent on YouTube, it has essentially decreased our amount of reach. And so that is one thing that I can see very vividly from the statistics that I am looking at with the analytics section on Squarespace. That is something that I can then work on. But in order for me to make time For YouTube, in order to balance everything else, I need to offload some of my client work. And so I have also reached out to the team to see who might want to acquire some of the document review things that need to be done for my clients over the next couple of months, because I need to be focusing on teaching, my prospectus, and all of those things. That means that I need to offset a little bit of my workload for Accepted and focus a little bit more on the management and on YouTube, so that way I can drive traffic to the consultants. And looking at analytics and doing those double checks every once in a while is super important to the overall function of the business. And though I don't spend a ton of time on it, because obviously the PhD is a priority, I do try to do this about once a month, where I go through the analytics and try to see where it is that we could be making better improvements. And that is also by looking at the analytics through social media and seeing what content has been performing well and what content has actually translated to clicks over to the website. So I'm gonna go send this email out now, and then we're gonna update my Notion. So I've been working on improving my Notion dashboard for the past couple of weeks, and I finally seem to have a system that works quite well for me. As you can see here, I have my PhD dashboard, my comprehensive exams, and then my social media planner. These, I'd say, are the most important things that I look to each day, because the PhD dashboard is where I keep all of my dissertation notes. That's where I lesson plan and get ready for the semester ahead. Comprehensive exams has all my notes for my upcoming comprehensive exams. And my social media planner is how I plan out all of my content and how it is that I track brand deals and that kind of stuff. This to-do this week needs to be updated, but this is where you can essentially put anything that's on your general to-do list. And then, as you see here, I have my little ideas page, and this is where I write down any videos that you have mentioned in my comments that I want to write down so that I can make sure to film it later on. But the most important part of my Notion dashboard is my perfect week. As you can see here, I have my week laid out so that way I can see and my team can see what my focus is that day. So an example of this is on Mondays, I focus on my PhD, but I focus on it from home. Then on Tuesdays, I focus on PhD work, but I'm on campus. So each day has its own focus. I would say that Wednesdays are a little bit more Accepted focused. However, as you see, I still have several hours of PhD work that I do in the afternoon. Then Thursdays are all dedicated to the PhD, and I'm on campus for most of that day because I have teaching. And then on Fridays, I also have teaching again. So that's a day that's really focused on PhD on campus and also hanging out with friends in the evening. One thing that I try to budget for with my time is actually taking Friday nights off as well as the first half of Saturday. This allows me to spend time with my friends, to sleep in, to be able to go out and just kind of relax, or just stay up late watching a TV show or something. This is something I talked about in my time management video, that in order to maintain a schedule and in order to have clarity, I also have these blocks in my schedule where it's a little bit open time. I know that on Friday night and on Saturday mornings, I can have time off, so I can schedule time with friends. I can take time to go try new coffee shops, or I can use that time to relax and watch a TV show. And so I build that rest into my schedule in order to maintain my energy throughout the semester, and so that way I know when I really need to hustle and when it is that I can actually take a little bit of a reprieve, take a step away from the computer and really focus on relaxing and being with friends. I also build in blocks within my schedule, as you can see here, for general admin and prep. That gives me time to respond to emails and do the general admin that I need to do, both for myself, for my research job, as well as for the businesses. Additionally, I have open blocks on my schedule. This is so my assistant and the rest of my team is aware of when in my schedule I have set up time to meet with clients or to do public speaking engagements or to attend events. And so they can work that into my schedule. And then when it has a little white flag and a break, that is when I'm not allowed to schedule anything. So no calls are allowed to be scheduled during that time. That's really time that I need in order to decompress before I get work done. I can do work for my PhD, or I can edit YouTube videos during those breaks, but I'm not allowed to take any calls or any contact hours because I really want to be able to give my best to my PhD work, and so it's important for me to build that rest into my schedule. All right, and then as we scroll down, we have my progress tracker. This is where I maintain a list of my current stats. So this includes things like YouTube, it includes brand deals that I have for the past month, and it allows me to kind of keep check on things. So as you can see here, I have the stats from last month, YouTube has obviously grown significantly in the last month, which is awesome. Then down here, I have my financial tracker, my grant research tracker, speaking engagements, which I work on with my PR manager. And then I have Project X, which you guys don't get to know about quite yet. That's gonna be out in like a year or so. So that's a project that I am working on with my team. So now we're gonna move on to the next stage of this video, which is all about my wardrobe that is partnered with Vivaya. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Now we're moving on to the capsule wardrobe, and the one thing that you need to know about me and my outfits are that I am a neutrals girly, and that if you can't wear it with jeans, I do not want it. I am somebody that would absolutely love to be the type that wears dresses and slacks and full suits all the time. However, I am incredibly tall, and that means that finding clothing that actually fits is really difficult. So I have my little collection of outfits, but I'm gonna walk you through a couple of them. My staple outfit is a nice pair of flats. These are the Vivaya flats, and then a nice pair of jeans, some kind of like white shirt, and something to top it off. And I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna pair this a couple different ways, but the main feature of this outfit is definitely the shoes. Vivaya is the sponsor of today's video, and I have the Aria flats and the Titley heels. I have them in black and in nude because I wanted them to fit perfectly with any of the outfits I'm gonna be pairing today. All of the Vivaya shoes are incredibly comfortable. They have a nice thick sole, and they are easy to clean. They are super lightweight, and they come in so many different sizes. I ended up getting the true to size 11. Size 11 actually fits perfectly, but if you are somebody that wants your shoes to be a bit looser around the toe, then I would say to have size up. They have so many different colors and styles that would fit any type of outfit. However, what I really love about the two that I ended up picking is that I can basically pair it with any outfit in my wardrobe. I tend to stay quite neutral, as I said earlier, and what's really nice about the Vivaya shoes is that they just match with just about anything. So let me show you how it is that I paired it with these couple of outfits. Foremost, we have this outfit here. I just have on a white tank top and then a cardigan that I have from Uniqlo. Nice pair of jeans, these are from Madewell. And then I have on my Vivaya Aria flats. And again, these are just perfect for teaching. They're really comfortable. I've worn them around town, so they're really nice to walk in, but they're also really comfortable to stand in. That's something I find really difficult with finding a good pair of shoes, is that majority of flats just don't have a good sole to them, and so it's really difficult to stand around in them for too long. So if we take off the cardigan and throw on a nice little plaid blazer, then we have an outfit that's a little bit more dressed up. It looks like you're trying to go a little bit more professional. I would pair it with my Harbor backpack. I have two different backpacks. This is my black Lamoncio briefcase that converts into a backpack. I bought that on Kickstarter almost a year ago, and it was taking a long time to get here, and I didn't really have a sufficient backpack, so I ended up getting this one from Harbor. And again, they just pair really beautifully with any different type of outfit. I would definitely go with the brown more often just because I tend to wear really light neutral colors. However, the black is perfect for academics that are going to conferences and that you also want to be able to wear a black suit alongside it. But if I take this and I swap it out with a black blazer, I also have the perfect outfit to go with my Titley heels. What I love about these heels is, one, they're really comfortable and they're not too high. They have a really thick heel, but you can actually attach the bows onto it. So if you want something that's a little bit more feminine or more professional, then you have that option of taking the bow on or off. Now we have a slightly different outfit. So I changed up my shirt, kept the same jeans, and I have on the Aria flats. But what's nice about this is that I can pair it with a nice light colored blazer in order to dress it up a little bit. Typically I would tuck in the shirt into my jeans. I would probably pair it with like a brown belt or something just to kind of cinch it in. But I bought this blazer when I was in Europe this summer and I just love it. And you could easily pair this with like a nice brown shirt or bodysuit, but I just love this white blazer and I think it goes so well with these flats. I just love this piece. It's a staple for my closet now. So happy that I have it because now I have a nice plaid, a nice black, and a nice white blazer. But as you see, you could also take this outfit and then just throw on a nice little cardigan. So I highly recommend, especially for those of us that are teaching or that are in graduate school, or honestly anybody in the professional world, is to just have like 2 or 3 cardigans, 2 or 3 blazers, and then just a general assortment of nice shirts to wear underneath, and then 2 or 3 pairs of jeans and some nice flats or heels in black and in nude, because then you can basically pair it with anything. And so this is what I would probably just wear to go teach. I, again, love wearing a good solid flat for standing for a long period of time. It takes a lot of effort for me to put on a dress, so this is my go-to comfortable, confident outfit pairing because it just makes me feel good, and I think it looks good also. That is my little kind of wardrobe update. So now I have a couple different selections that I can think of when I'm gonna go teach that I'm ready to go with, and that I don't have to really think too hard about it in the mornings. Now it's time for us to update my PhD dashboard. And this is where I keep all of the information for the coming semester, as well as for my prospectus and anything related to my dissertation. So this is the main hub that I'll be using throughout the semester, and I want to give it a little bit of an upgrade. As you can see here, it's pretty bare bones at the moment. I have the exam section, which includes all of the different papers and examinations for the class that I will be TFing for. I have my general to-do list. I'm also going to be adding my decision document. I highly recommend that any graduate student keeps a decision document in order to track when pieces of their dissertation or projects that they're working on have evolved. And then I also have my dissertation planner, as you can see here, and my classes and my sections for this semester. I need to go ahead and update the assignments as well as the current readings. I have a couple of them added, but not all of them. I also need to go ahead and update my semester goals and add the schedule for the general week, add a couple different design flares because I wouldn't be me without making it a little extra. So I'm gonna go ahead and dive right in, make a couple of changes, and then check in. My Notion is now all set up for the upcoming semester, and now it's time to talk a little bit about expectations and mindset for the upcoming semester. I went ahead and wrote myself a letter the other day when I was recording this video. I ran into some audio issues, so I had to re-record it. However, in the letter I talked about how I hoped that my teaching experience would be, and that I really hope that I pass my comprehensive exams and my prospectus defense. This is going to be a really intense semester and will be quite a challenge for me as someone who has a lot to juggle in my PhD, but is also running multiple businesses. And while the last couple of days I have definitely felt a little bit more stressed than normal about all of the weight of the responsibility of everything on my plate, I have delegated, and actually filming this video has been really helpful to allowing me to kind of clear my head and prepare for the semester in front of me. And being able to reflect and write these letters to myself is an exercise that I do in order to stay present. And the overall message that I want to give myself and give to you as we head into this next school year is to just be present and to be intentional with your time. It's so easy to think about all of the preparation that you have to do for the next exam or the next paper or the next hoop you have to jump through in your graduate studies. And this is something that I definitely fall into. However, what I'm going to try to do, and I urge all of us to do, is to really be mindful with our time and really dedicating ourselves to thinking about what it is in the moment that we need to be doing in order to better our future selves, as well as to remain present and reflective in the moment. We often think about the big hoops that we want to jump through, but some of the things that are the most enjoyable in life and in your studies is really taking the time to be with your friends, to be with yourself, to really immerse yourself in your studies and really enjoy the act of learning. This is something that I really focused on, especially while I was doing research this summer, and has really helped me think about my research and all the various stages of the PhD as part of this longer journey, and not to get caught up in getting through the hoops, but really focusing on the day-to-day. It's really difficult to not get distracted in today's world, but if you can remain intentional and really commit yourself to the task at hand when you're in it, then I think that we can also make time and room in our schedules for the things that we truly love and that are extracurricular activities, seeing our friends, and all of those things that are important to your overall mental health as well as your general enjoyment of your overall life. Because while we really love our studies and we really love our research, and I love the work that I do with Accepted, I also want to ensure that I'm really immersing myself in the process and enjoying it for what it is, as well as making time for the other things that allow me to decompress and to find joy. With that said, that is the end of today's video. Again, thank you to Vivaya for sponsoring today's video. If you want to check out some of their really beautiful shoes for the upcoming school year to build your own capsule wardrobe, then go ahead and check out the links down below. We are heading back into the fall back to school season, so content is going to be regularly posted on my channel again. Thank you so much for bearing with me throughout the summer as I needed to take a mild hiatus in order to focus on research, but we're back at it. I'm really excited to create more study content for you. So if you're not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give this a like. I will see you all in the next video. I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you very soon. Bye, everyone.